switch to using a larger nozzle. That makes it a bit easier. So I'm looking at changing the rear differential oil in my 1994 XJ6 or XJ40 4-litre Sovereign, and I managed to buy some 80W90 GL5 gear oil, which is the recommended specification for my XJ40. So I've got a few tools handy as well. I want to highlight this because it's quite important. So this one here is a female to female 1/2" adapter, and the reason I want that is because underneath the rear differential, just in here where my finger is, if I can come in here, that is a 1/2". So I want to clean that up. That's actually the drain port at the bottom of the rear differential. So up here, hopefully you can see this, there is a vent port which seems to be, or has historically, oozed a bit of oil. It could well be that the oil inside this rear differential is the wrong type, or it's just been overfilled. That is a female 1/2" plug, a female 1/2" plug, and that is the fill port for this rear differential unit. Rather than draining it first, I'm actually going to make sure that I can free off the drain port, because if I can't do that, then if that's seized in, wherever it's gone, if that's seized in, then I don't really want to be draining out the fluid if I've got no means of replenishing. Okay, this is a bit more of an ordeal than I thought it was going to be. So what I've had to do is put a flexible bit on the end there. So it's still a 1/2" drive, but you can see the flex I've got there, because it turns out there's not much room under here. So all I'm doing is bit by bit freeing that off the fill port, like so. To be fair, it wasn't on that tight, so I didn't need a breaker bar. And there we have it. That is the fill port, and I've just used this bit along with this to get ahead and undo it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, having released the fill port, I'll now have a go at the releasing the actual drain port. And to do that, I'm going to use this female to female adapter on probably my breaker bar, because I imagine that's going to be on quite tight. And just find the fixture. Is that it? Almost. Without getting covered in oil, hopefully. There we go, that's got it. And then now I should be able to get that off. Okay, here we go. That's come nice and easy. I'm expecting a bit of a torrent of really smelly diff oil. Oh god. Okay, I've cleaned up the thread somewhat. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was. What I wanted to also show you was this. So on here is more metal filings from the diff. So I'm not going to use a rag, I'm going to use my finger. And just there, hopefully you can see, very fine silver paste, that's actually metal filings. So again, much like the gearbox, although this has very obviously not been changed in, oh I don't know, 10 years plus, probably more, before my ownership, I think what I wanted to highlight was that as long as you've got this sort of metal paste rather than anything really solid and nasty, I think yeah, that you're good to go, and all you've got is just ordinary diff wear. But that, I'll finish cleaning that up. So let's go put that on. Just feeling gently for the thread. There we go. Gently threading that back on. There's no recommended guidance on this, but I'm probably going to give it maybe 50-60 newtons. Okay, just to recap, the fill port, sorry, the drain port, which I'm pointing to just there, has been torqued up nice and tight. I think it's about 50 or 60 newton meters I put on that in the end roughly. And just in there, you should be able to see, there you go, just there, that's the fill port, so that's exposed. So what I intend to do now is replenish the diff oil. This is going to be so blooming messy. There we go. Oh, flipping heck. Oh, there you go. That's got it. Right, let's start trying to fill this up. A wee bit of air. Oh, please don't run out of the hole. Just switch to using a larger nozzle. That makes it a bit easier. I think that's about it. Okie dokes, hopefully going for the potentially last syringe full. Let's try and get that in there, get a good angle if I can. Let's try and avoid it going everywhere. Right, here we go. I end up having to get in some more because I managed to spill so much, which is a bit unhelpful. And I would say that is quite a good healthy stream coming out of that. A little bit more. Just need to screw in the thread now. So again, it's good to do that by hand. A little bit awkward, but there we are. Let's see if I can have a go. Just need to carefully line it up. Easy said and done in such a restricted space, of course. But we'll give it a go. Can't seem to get any perches on it. Ah, doesn't this just remind you of the time I did the S-type gearbox change? Got oil streaming out everywhere. Okay, I've managed to get it threaded in. I'm just going to have to try and start ratcheting it, I think. So I'll probably have to switch to the flex bit. Let me go and do that. Okay, I managed to get it threaded by hand, so I'm just doing it up now with the ratchet. Kind of hoping you can see this. It's coming out okay on camera. Yeah, just in there yet. Oops, that just popped out. There we go. Don't think I need that especially tight. It's probably about 40-50 newton meters. And there we are. It's just to the side, I don't know if you can see that, just in there. Anyway, that's all tightened up. I'll give this a bit of a clean up, and then I think that's job's a good one on that. So I've still got some fluid left. I'll return that back to the bottle, and I better clear up the mess I've made on the driveway, otherwise I'll be in trouble. But otherwise I think that's it. It's replaced. I also took the opportunity to do an oil engine oil service on this as well. So I think that's all the fluids pretty much taken care of. I think the next thing will be perhaps the oxygen sensor, and then I think we're into doing maybe a headlamp, because the silver's failed on one of them quite badly, I've noticed, and then probably also some rust proofing. So plenty of more things, challenges coming along very soon. Thanks a lot.